We are live. Are we live? Okay, good. Are we live? How are you guys? Oh my gosh. Okay. So as you come on here, let me know if you can hear me and see me clearly. I'll just check it out myself. Oh, we are live. Are we live? Okay, good. Okay. Are we live on Andrea Cox as well? I just went live on Facebook and I thought I was live for all of you, and I'm going to take advantage of this good light we have here. Yay, we are live. How are all of you? Yay. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I'm here with Maverick, and I don't know where Lewis is off to, but we have got, I'm so excited. We have got a eclipse, a solar eclipse, not lunar eclipse, and a new moon in the sign of, what month is it? In the sign of Libra. And I wanted to come on here to teach you guys how I cleanse my space. And I want to tell you why I thought this was important. So those of you who don't know me, you're laying on the oracle cards, buddy. This is one of my two husbands. I have a furry black husband and a furry white husband, right? Right? Are you my furry black husband? Oh, you good boy? You're a good boy. Those of you who are new to the channel, I am Andrea Cox, intuitive healer, holistic wellness coach, and author of 3 plant-based recipe books, the most recent being Eat Right for Your Zodiac. Now, what's so cool about this is it's 155 pages of plant-based recipes, and we even have recipes in there from people like Jason Andrew Robel, who was on the cooking channel. Also, you can actually check out the live video I shared right here on Andrea Cox TV this morning and watch my podcast interview on the Hermetis podcast with Charles Chin. He was on the cooking channel, the Food Network, the show Chopped, and on Good Morning America. You can hop on over to the Detox Intuitive and watch my interview with Brian Proctor, Bob Proctor's son, for the Hermetis podcast. And we're going to lead you off of my workspace for just a second. Okay. He's got a big bottom. So go check those out. They're really, really great. And also my new deck, The Lessons of the Mystical Muse, a 72-card oracle deck with full-size shadow work workbook. Super cool. And what happened, the reason I'm even doing this video, I wasn't even going to go live, but I pulled some cards from the oracle deck. By the way, we've got these in a bundle package. The links will be in the description box to my Shopify shop where you can buy these. These are excellent to have in your arsenal together to cleanse your space, to go to for information every morning. And what happened was I was pulling a card for today, and the cards that were coming out were all cards that had to do with cleansing your space. I can't find the main card that kept coming out, but it literally was the cleanse your space card. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then protection work, and you are being called to work with crystals. So when the cleanse your space card comes out with protection work and you are being called to work with crystals, okay, I've had enough. Go bye-bye. Go night-night. Go night-night. I'll see you in a little bit. When those 3 cards come out together, it tells me that we really do need to cleanse our energetic space. And so I'm going to share with you some tips and some tools, some inexpensive things, some are more expensive, that can really help you along your journey of bringing in more abundance, of protecting your family, of protecting your health, of protecting your business, your finances. You know, you guys, I've been through a lot and continue to go through a lot, but my energy, my business, my websites, my social media is so protected now that I don't even flinch an eye when things come up. And the reason is all of these things that happen, quote, to me, actually happened for me so I could learn to not only protect my energy, but also teach my clients how to protect theirs. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to talk about sage, copal, palo santo, and all the good camphor, the good incenses to burn in your home, which are vitally important. I prefer copal, you know that, but it really isn't meant to be burnt more than once a month. So that's number one. Also, you know, a lot of the things in my home, I went to school for interior design and architectural drawing right out of high school. And I worked for a company called Our House, ARHAUS. They're still in business today as an interior designer. You couldn't get a job there unless you went to school to be an interior designer. Back then you couldn't. And I would go to these really expensive homes of doctors, attorneys in Cincinnati, Ohio, Columbus, Ohio, New Albany, Ohio, Dayton, Ohio, Oakwood, Ohio, Centerville, Ohio. And I would pick out the textiles, the fabrics, rearrange things. I would style their home. And all of my furniture is about 17 years old from that time. I actually got the job there because I was too broke to afford the furniture there, because all the furniture was imported from Bali, Indonesia, beautiful furniture. And I still have those pieces today. Why? Because they're timeless pieces. They don't build furniture like they used to. But I want to explain something that I also do, and we're just going to get right into this video on how to cleanse your space, how to bring more finances in. And this is an offering I have on AndreaCox.com. It's called Intuitive Interiors. It is about $1,100. It's an astrocartography session to find out where the best place you should live is, and along with bringing what items to bring in to really, really bring abundance, bring health, bring love into your work, into your office, into your home, into your car, etc. But the other thing so that's Intuitive Interiors in the drop-down menu on AndreaCox.com. And my protection work can be found on the Detox Intuitive in the drop-down menu. So the reason I don't advertise those a lot is I feel like spiritual work should not be advertised a lot, especially when you work with the clientele I do. So whenever we can't find something that we want for our house, we make our own. So for example, when I started burning copal often on my home, there were many shops on Etsy that sold like feathers that, you know, were just taken from an animal, or an animal was sacrificed and they took the feathers and they made, you know, one of these. And I didn't want that. I've been a vegan for 27 years. There was no way in hell I was going to let that happen. So I actually created my own. And I do that a lot. If I cannot find something, if I can't find a table or a chair, I'll build my own. That's just the way I am. I'm very resourceful. And I find that a lot of things I can do on my own. So this is something I created on my own with feathers I collected along my journey. I actually created this because I wanted something to send the positive smoke into the corners of my home. And I wanted something with feathers and sticks and raffia and things like that that was collected along my journey. So this is very important. Let me grab my dog real quick. Hang on one sec. Are you serious? What are you doing, weirdo? Okay, this is my solution. I put his leash around my ankle, and there he won't go anywhere. Now he's stuck. You're chained to me. We're in a codependent karmic relationship, you and I. Okay, so the second thing I want to point out, outside of the things we can burn, candles and things like that, are bath salts. Now I sell this in the Detox Intuitive Etsy shop. This and the room sprays are my #1 seller on there. If you buy these, I suggest buying 4 and 5 of each because they sell out. I can't keep them in stock. People get pissed off because they're always out of stock, but it's not my problem. I just have to, make more. So the Zen bath salts and then the room spray are excellent to cleanse your space. Salt baths are vitally important. I put herbs in here that are really, really good at cleansing the energy. And the room spray has crystals in there for abundance. There's aventurine, there's amethyst, there's all kinds of crystals in there with essential oils that cleanse the energy. I always like to say, if someone's coming in your home and you feel like you need to sage afterwards, they're probably not the right person for you, right? You don't want to have people in your home that you have to sage afterwards. Also, I require, there's a sign on the front door, people to take their shoes off when they enter my home because it brings in negative energy from the outside, in case you didn't know that. The next thing I want to point out is oils. This is the Abundance oil. No, this is the Heal My Heart oil we have on the Detox Intuitive store on Etsy, also in the Shopify shops that I'll share in the description box. But I recommend, actually, this is my body lotion. This is the butter knife, and this is my body lotion I put on. And I have protective oils that protect my energy in my body lotion. I do a lot of videos. I have a lot of people trying to hex me because I'm on social media, etc. So I protect my energy. Nobody can get anything anyone sends my way it's like bouncing a ball off a wall. It hits them back threefold because I know to protect my energy. So I also have some beauty oils and things like that I sell on there. And you guys, I don't make any money off my Etsy store or by selling these little things. These are really just to help you. I make my money off my services and my books and my Oracle deck. But a great thing to have in your arsenal, if I were to start you guys on protecting your energy, is definitely the Lessons of the Mystical Muse. Eat right for your zodiac. Learn the tools. Have the tools there. And then I would start with the bath salts and maybe a few oils and room sprays. Now, the next thing to protect our energy would be plants. So this is a money tree. I think this is a snake plant behind me. Now, a lot of my plants have been with me for years. So when I moved from San Diego when I moved from Ohio, one of my plants has been with me since I've been in Ohio. I always have someone drive my plants, my grow beds out before me. Pavlina, she owns Aloha Temecula Farms. She drives in front of me because you can't move plants from one location to another, and I won't let my plants go. So we rent a U-Haul, and all my plants go into the temperature controlled U-Haul and are transported ahead of me. Sounds spoiled. People usually get rid of their plants. I don't. My money trees are in the southwest corner of my house, which is the money corner of my house. And you better believe that I have some of these that are taller than me. Honey, we're not playing yet. We're going to play after. Okay, we go bye-bye after. We'll go get a pup cup. All right. So, money trees bring in abundance. Snake plants clear the air. I have tons of plants in the house. I always know if my money tree isn't doing well, my money's about to suffer. So I fix it. Knock on wood. That's never going to happen to me. So some of these are, like I said, taller than me. I have one that's super fat. So, another thing, a way we can cleanse our energy is crystals. Not just crystals in our home. Why are you doing this? He has to be right next to me. Crystals in our home, but also the crystals we wear on our body. Here are just a few that I sell on the Detox Intuitive Etsy shop. And something I sell out of all the time. They each have meanings. Aventurine is good for money, right? Tiger's Eye, good for opening the third eye and protection. This black tourmaline is good to protect my energy from lower vibrational frequencies or from being online too much when I have technical work to do. So that's really good. This is a great money stone right here. Is it a pyrite? I think it is. Great money stone. This fluorite, never put the ites in your water, by the way, when it comes to crystals. This fluorite I have next to my bed. It's very, very cleansing. This selenite, before I ship out anything to any of my clients on a new moon, I'll charge these bracelets on here. I'll just lay it on there and charge the bracelets because it cleanses the energy from what I've had in my home. Although if I was ordering from me, I would want the energy I have in my home. So another great tip is, okay, babe, we're gonna go bye-bye right when I'm done, okay? Because you are really needy tonight. Another great tip is, in feng shui, if your bathroom counter is cluttered or your stovetop is cluttered, they believe in feng shui, they say, and they've said this for years and years and years, the Japanese, the Chinese believe that stops your money. So make sure there's no clutter, no bullshit on your stovetop, nor on your bathroom counters. You want to always have your house clean. I grew up with one grandma that was really kind of zen. My other grandma, my grandma Lagolda grew all her own food, was very earthy. My other grandma had like plastic on her couch. I wanted a place where animals and people could enjoy furniture without worrying. So I've had my furniture for 17 years. The arm is ripped up on one of my couches. There's stains on the back of another. And that's okay with me because it's a place where people feel comfortable. I know that the furniture, what cost me $300,000 to furnish 17 years ago, the house, but I kept that furniture year after year, even though it got ruined, because it's comfortable and they don't make furniture like that anymore. So very important. Another thing, we want to cleanse the space where we work and our car and things of that nature, because these are vitally important for us to be able to create and draw abundance in. So yeah, just like we cleanse our body, like I've been showing you on Andrea Cox TV for a decade, we need to cleanse our homes as well. It's vitally important. I have a client that is a huge Bitcoin guy, like he's known for it. And every month he calls me before he moves his investments and has me look at the astrology. And, it was JP Morgan who created Chase Bank that said, millionaires don't believe in astrology, billionaires do. So I just wanted to remind you of that. All of this matters. The cleansing of our energy, the cleansing of our space, the vibrational frequency raising, the cleansing of our bodies. All of this matters to keep our health up, to keep our family happy, to keep our abundance flowing. I think that's it. So I told you copal, sage, palo santo, the oils that I sell in the Detox Intuitive Etsy shop, putting those in your body lotion, the crystals, both the crystals you wear, the crystals you keep in your home, having an oracle deck, a really good positive oracle deck like mine, which has some negative cards as well, knowing how to eat right for your zodiac. All of these things are vitally, plants, all of these things are vitally important on cleansing your space and keeping a clean home. My mom she loved clean. She cleaned all the time. The house was never a mess. And she had all of us girls messing it up. And she ran around with Simple Green. And so I became like the proverbial slob. I do not like to clean at all. I still keep a clean house, and I also have someone come once a month to make sure it stays that way, because it's a must to bring in abundance, okay? I'm Andrea Cox. Thank you guys so much for being here. If you're on Andrea Cox TV, subscribe to the Detox Intuitive. And if you're on the Detox Intuitive, subscribe to Andrea Cox TV. I love each and every one of you. Andrea Lee, Leigh Cox on Facebook and TikTok, and Raw Chef Andrea on Instagram.